Today we are going to address a very important issue, and that is about how much data does ePrashala apps use compared to the standard ChatGPT and Gemini apps that are most popularly used in India. So right now we'll go to settings, and in settings you can go to mobile network. In here I can see data usage. So right now my data usage is 237 MB. We are into 11th of August and the time is 4 p.m. Okay, so we'll now start our ePrashala app. We will now go to talk to Dhwani AI Teacher. Tap to enter classroom. Then we'll select English medium, standard 6. We'll select subject general science. I think this must be having a lesson called characteristics of living organism.
Hello, my dear child. A very warm welcome to our science class today. I am so happy and excited to study with you. You are doing such a wonderful job, and I am always here to help you learn in the easiest and most fun way. Today, we are going to start our very first chapter, Characteristics of Living Organisms. Look around you, my dear. We see so many things. Some things, like dogs, trees, and butterflies, are living. Other things, like stones, toys, and books, are non-living. But how do we know if something is a living organism? Living organisms have special features called characteristics. Let us learn about the first two very important characteristics today. 1. Growth. Just like you are growing taller and stronger every year, all living organisms grow. A tiny baby grows into an adult. A little puppy grows into a big dog. A tiny seed grows into a beautiful, giant tree. Non-living things, like your school bag or a rock, do not grow on their own. 2. Food is necessary for growth to grow. We need energy, right? And where do we get energy? From food. Plants make their own food in their leaves using sunlight, water, and air. This wonderful process is called photosynthesis. Animals cannot make their own food. They eat plants or other animals to get energy. Let's play a quick game. To see how wonderfully you are understanding this, can you answer this simple question for me? Question. A wooden table cannot grow or eat food. So, is a table a living organism or a non-living thing? Tell me your answer, my dear, and we will take our next step together. You are doing absolutely amazing. Question mark. Tell me your answer, my dear, and we will take our next step together. You are doing absolutely amazing.
I think table is a living organism because it is made from wood which comes from trees.
Oh, what a brilliant and thoughtful mind you have, my dear. I am so incredibly proud of how you are thinking. You are 100% correct that wood comes from trees, and trees are indeed living organisms. That was an amazing connection to make. But let's think about this together, my sweet child. When a tree is in the forest, it has life. It breathes, grows, and makes its own food. Once the wood is cut to make a table, it is no longer a part of the living tree. This wooden table cannot grow anymore, it cannot breathe, and it does not need food. So, because it does not show these living characteristics anymore, we say the wooden table is a non-living thing. Do you see the difference now, my clever little scientist? If you understand this, let us move to the next exciting characteristic. Would you like to guess what we do with our noses every single second of the day to stay alive? Exciting characteristic. Would you like to guess what we do with our noses every single second of the day to stay alive?
See, now you can see I have been chatting with this. I have asked two questions. I have chatted for around 3 minutes. Now let's see what our data usage is. Settings, mobile network, data usage. See, I have consumed around 4 MB of data and I have chatted for around uh, 3 to 4 minutes. Now let's try the same with the other apps. Now I'll ask the same question to ChatGPT. I am a standard 6 English medium student of Maharashtra State Board. Please teach me living organisms chapter of subject science. I hope it has the playing option over here so that I can listen to what it has said. So it has given a very big answer.
Absolutely. Let's learn living organisms as if I am your personal science teacher. Science. Living organisms. Standard 6, Maharashtra State Board English Medium. Imagine we are detectives. Our job is to find out, open quote, how can we tell whether something is living or non-living, close quote. Number 1. What is a living organism? A living organism is something that has the characteristics of life. Examples: human beings, dogs, birds, trees, butterflies, microorganisms. A chair, stone, pencil, or table is non-living. Number 2. Characteristics of living organisms. Living things show several important characteristics. 1. Respiration. Living organisms respire to obtain energy from food. Humans breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide. Plants also respire. Important, respiration is different from breathing. Breathing is taking air in and out, while respiration is the process by which cells release energy from food. Nutrition. Living organisms need food nutrients for energy, growth, and repair. Animals obtain food from other organisms. Plants can make their own food using sunlight, carbon dioxide, and water. This process is called photosynthesis. CO2 food. 3. Growth. Living organisms grow. For example, baby, child, adult. A seed also grows into a plant. But remember, growth alone does not prove something is living. For example, a crystal can increase in size, but it is not a living organism. 4. Movement. Living organisms show movement. A dog can run. A bird can fly. A fish can swim. Plants can also show movements. For example, some flowers open and close. Plants may not move from place to place like animals, but different parts of plants can move. 5. Reproduction. Living organisms can produce new organisms of their own kind. For example, plus puppies, seeds, new plants. Reproduction helps a species continue from one generation to another. 6. Response to stimuli. Living organisms respond to changes around them. A stimulus is a change in the surroundings that produces a response. Example: touch something very hot, quickly pull your hand away. Plants respond too. If a plant is placed near a source of light, its shoot tends to grow towards the light. 7. Excretion. Our body produces waste substances that must be removed. This removal is called excretion. Humans excrete wastes through kidneys, urine, skin, sweat, lungs, carbon dioxide. Plants also get rid of waste substances through various processes. Let's remember. A simple way to remember the characteristics of living organisms is NRGMRSEN, nutrition, R, respiration, G, growth, M, movement, R, reproduction, S, response to stimuli, E, excretion, living versus non-living, living, non-living, living, need nutrition, do not need food, respire, do not respire, grow naturally, do not grow naturally, reproduce, cannot reproduce, respond to stimuli, do not respond biologically, excrete wastes, do not excrete metabolic wastes. Example: tree, living stone, non-living cat, living bicycle, non-living. One important question: Q, is a car a living thing because it moves? Answer: no. A car can move, but it does not respire, reproduce, grow naturally, or perform other life processes. Therefore, movement alone cannot be used to identify a living organism. Your first question: let's see how much you've understood. Which of the following is not a characteristic of living organisms? A. Respiration. B. Reproduction. C. Growth. D. Shining. Reply with A, B, C, or D.
See, now one thing I have found is that almost 5 to 6 minutes we have recorded this, and let's see what the data is. But the other important thing is that it is giving lots of information which are not there in the textbook. I think when a child from a state board is learning his science subject, giving him extra knowledge is okay, but giving him something which is totally out of the textbook can be dangerous at some point of time. See, it's got the context. It has explained the chapter well, but lots of the things are will be a bouncer to the sixth standard child. Now let's see the data consumption in this. See, now it has also consumed a very reasonable amount of data, that it has consumed 6 MB of my data. That is quite acceptable. Now we'll try with Gemini. I am a standard sixth student from Maharashtra State Board, and I want you to teach me the science chapter living organisms. Please do that. Gemini thinks a lot. It has given me an answer. Now, see, I have to scroll down all the way, which is also a big bit of pain. Then I will click on the speaker icon.
Hello. It's great that you are diving into your science textbook. In the Maharashtra State Board syllabus for Standard 6, Chapter 2 is called The Living World. Let's explore the amazing things that make plants, animals, and humans different from non-living things like rocks or tables. We call these the characteristics of living things. 1. Growth. Every living thing starts small and grows. A baby grows into an adult, and a tiny seed grows into a huge tree. Animals grow for a certain period of their lives. Once a dog or a human reaches adulthood, they stop growing taller. Plants keep growing as long as they live. 2. Respiration, breathing. All living things need oxygen to survive. The process of inhaling oxygen and exhaling carbon dioxide is called respiration. Humans and animals use noses, gills, like fish, or spiracles, like insects, to breathe. Plants breathe through microscopic pores on their leaves and stems called stomata. 3. Excretion. When we eat and our body uses the food, some waste is left behind. Getting rid of this waste is called excretion. Animals pass urine or stool, and plants often shed leaves or produce sticky substances like resin and gum to get rid of their waste. 4. Responsiveness to stimuli and movement. Living things react to their surroundings. If you accidentally touch a hot pan, you immediately pull your hand away. The heat is the stimulus, and pulling away is your response. Plants respond too. Have you seen a touch-me-not plant, mimosa, fold its leaves when touched? Or a sunflower turning to face the sun? That's their response. 5. Reproduction. Living things produce other living things like themselves. Some animals give birth to live young, like cows and humans. Others lay eggs, like birds and snakes. Plants reproduce using seeds, stems, or leaves. 6. A definite lifespan. Every living thing has a specific timeline. It is born, it grows, it reproduces, it gets old, and eventually, it dies. A dog might live for 10 to 15 years, while an ostrich can live for 50 years. 7. Cellular structure. Imagine building a house with bricks. In the same way, all living things are made up of tiny building blocks called cells. Some organisms, like amoebas, are made of just one single cell, unicellular. Most plants and animals, including you, are made of millions of cells, multicellular. If you want a step-by-step breakdown of this exact chapter with Marathi explanations, Class 6 Science, The Living World Full Explanation provides a great walkthrough of all these textbook concepts. YouTube video views will be stored in your YouTube history, and your data will be stored and used by YouTube according to its terms of service.
Ask me some question and answers on this lesson. We'll stop this conversation when approximately the same time is spent for all the three videos. Gemini actually thinks a lot, so it might consume a little more data, which is obvious. It gave a very good explanation, but certain words
I will
are.
now generate a challenging quiz based on the Living World chapter from your Maharashtra State Board Standard 6 Science textbook to help you master these concepts.
See, now we have almost finished.
I've put together a quiz that covers the most important parts of the living world, from how plants breathe to why earthworms are a farmer's best friend. Give it a try. You've got this.
See, we've
Each
got.
question is designed to help you think like a true scientist. Good luck!
See, Gemini has done a slightly better job, and the only concern was that some few words that Gemini used are not mentioned in the textbook, which can create confusion in the young minds, especially studying in the sixth standard state board schools. So let's see how much data Gemini has consumed. Settings on network data usage. See, Gemini has also consumed around 7 to 8 MB of data. So, what we found was that my app consumed 4 MB of data, ChatGPT consumed 7 MB of data, and Gemini consumed 8 MB of data. I leave it up to you to decide which one was more accurate, taking into account the age, the understanding, and the syllabus of the child in the sixth grade. I want you to comment on this, please.